he's had it.
You want some new wheels? I should stop by the taxi office.
I'm not asking for a handout. Oh, Amy! How many times?
Can't blame her, I wouldn't wear it.
Charlie! It's not funny. She knows she's being naughty.
Maybe you should buy one she likes.
Yeah, and maybe you should stick to building, because Super Nanny doesn't suit you.
Listen, she could wear a bag on her head for all I care. Better still, so could you. State of your face today.
Charlie, you should try coping with the screaming toddler some mornings.
Never gonna happen, sweetheart. Your choice if you're not happy.
No, Charlie, I'm sorry. I'm just really tired. Of course I'm happy. I'm living with you. I've got my daughter with me. Couldn't be happier.
Good. Just start showing it, yeah? See you later.
I won't be in this afternoon. Oh, no, hopefully I'll feel better tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, OK, I will do. Bye-bye.
What did you tell him? Bad case of wicked daughter?
That's not fair.
No. Tracy had a life inside her, our flesh and blood, and she killed it for the sake of gallivanting with her fancy man. If wicked's not the word, I don't know what is.
You're not helping, Blanche.
What help is there to be had? The child is dead. And every time I look into young Amy's eyes, I'll think of what her mother's done.
All right, that's enough.
Look, I've got to speak my mind on this, Deirdre. I'm too old to bite my lip.
You make it sound so black and white. Do you really think Tracy did this so casually? Like some sort of lifestyle choice?
I don't know.
Well, I do. I know my daughter. This wasn't her idea, and going along with it must have broken her heart.
It didn't look that way to me. Not before nor after. We'd not got a clue what were going on.
Your mother's got a point. I never noticed any change in Tracy.
That's the worst part. She must have been suffering, and she had to hide it from me, her own mother.
You didn't always tell me everything, Deirdre.
Yes, I did. The important things. I should have been the one person in the world that she felt she could come to. Maybe if she had, that child would still be... So, you see, it's not Tracy who's to blame. It's me.
Oh, Deirdre, that's absurd.
No, it's not. Either Tracy was totally callous and she did this without batting an eye, or she was going through hell and felt she couldn't confide in me.
Morning.
Oh, well done, David. First morning you've seen since school broke up, isn't it?
You've got it sweet, mate. First you kip over, next you have a make you breakfast while you gawp at half-naked totty.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at the United here, see?
Oh, yeah, Rooney's changed a bit.
Oh, shut up, you. She's going to cause trouble. Go back to bed. There you go.
I'm not going to cause trouble. What's the post been yet?
No, David. The postman's not been, and there's no need to whisper.
Do you want me to open it when it comes?
No, I can do it. Thank you.
I just wish I could cop hold of whoever was doing it.
Sarah, don't want to talk about it, all right?
Why not?
Because it's family business. Do you know what I mean?
Jason is family. We soon will be. There's nothing you can't say in front of Jason.
I'm not saying there is. I'm just saying I don't want to discuss it over the breakfast table. I'm sure Jason understands.
Yeah, well, I'd best get off to work, actually. I'll see you later.
That was so out of order. You're making him feel like an outsider.
Because he is.
I'm sorry, Sarah, but you're gran apart. Everyone is. We need to keep this between us, people we can trust without a second thought.
I'm not asking you to babysit her, Rosie.
Yes, you are. Mum, she's been out with me every day this holiday. We're more like Siamese twins and sisters.
I just don't want Sophie going off on her own.
OK. But she's not coming with me today. She can't.
Why? What's happening?
If you must know, we're going to the cemetery. Katie's been dead a year.
I see. A year? Gosh, that hardly seems 5 minutes ago.
I know. I just don't think Craig should be on his own today.
No, of course he shouldn't. That's really good of you, Rosie. All right, lovey, I'll see you at dinner time.
Any news from last night's date?
Not a dicky bird, and every time I ask, he changes the subject.
How does he seem?
Well, not exactly walking on air, if that's what you mean. Mind you, he's got me walking on eggshells. He's been in a terrible mood all morning. Oh, dear.
I wish you wouldn't stack the stock so high. One of the jars has come over. I'll be picking out sherbet pips for days. Oh, morning, Emily. What do you want?
Nothing. She wants to know how last night's date went, same as me.
I'm disappointed in you, Emily. I would have thought you had better things to think about.
Not really. So, come on, let's hear it. What was she like?
Will you not give up? She's been on at me for 5 solid hours about this, and I've made it perfectly clear I have no intentions of discussing my private affairs.
Oh, affairs now. It gets better by the minute. What did she look like? Was she older or younger?
Honestly, the Gestapo would have nothing on you two. All you need is a couple of leather trench coats.
Older, then?
Actually, she wasn't. Look, I am not prepared to be the subject of your tittle-tattle. I hate gossip at the best of times.
Top.
Well, this is fun, I must say.
Hey?
I get more conversation out of me hot pot.
Oh, sorry, Lee, it's the boy blunder, innit?
Oh, you're not seriously worried about Adam, are you?
No, ain't him so much. I mean, he don't know for sure there is another Will. He's just flying a kite, I reckon.
Yeah, well, he's about the right age.
But even if he is guessing, you know, the fact is there's still another Will out there somewhere.
Yeah, but you haven't found it. Living in Mike's old flat, working in his office. So what chance has Adam got? He wouldn't know where to start.
Lee, I cannot rest easy till we have found the originals, love. You know what I'm saying?
Danny, we've looked everywhere.
No, we haven't, and I've been thinking. I'll tell you for why, because according to the date on the copy, Mike would have been in Spain when he made it, so there's a fair chance it'll be at the villa.
Well, it's safe enough there, then.
Not until I've lit a big cigar with it, love. I'm going to get out there lively. Do you want a trip?
Oh, I don't know. Costa del Sol or Costa del Weatherfield. Tough one, that.
Listen, Jace, I am sorry if I made you feel awkward earlier.
Yeah, well, I could do without that sort of grief in the morning, thanks.
Just having a tough time at the moment. It's hit my mum hard, well, all of us.
Yeah, well, there's no need to blame me. I wouldn't mind, but I couldn't give a monkeys who was sending them flaming cards.
Oh, well, cheers, Jace. Thanks for the support.
Sarah, all I mean is, I'm sat there, minding my own business, and suddenly I'm in the middle of this row. I mean, you'd think it was me who's sending the flaming things.
No, Jason, nobody thinks that. But Richard tried to kill us. You don't trust easy after that. Especially not my mum. But she was doing all right, you know, we all were. And there were these cards.
Look, I know it can't be easy for you.
No, Jason, you don't know. You don't know what it's like. I hope you never do.
"12 months and I still can't get used to buying flowers. Never had much use for them before. Seems such a waste to get them plucked when they're at their best.
Happens.
I'm sorry we can't run to anything, you know.
Grandad, they're fine, don't worry. Look, I'm gonna go. Rosie's waiting.
Sure I can't give you a lift?
No, sir.
Give her my best, will you? Tell her I miss her.
You ready?
Yeah. Hey, Rosie, you've not had any dinner. Get yourself something when you're out.
Oh, I'm all right.
No, take it.
Thanks.
Craig, I know we've had our differences, but I just want to say that Rosie's dad and me were thinking about you today.
Thanks.
I had known the in-laws were coming to dinner, I'd have changed.
You made Tracy do it. You pressured her into it.
I asked her to do it, yeah. She wasn't thrilled, but I told her straight. Jelly was happy enough to do it for me, so should she be.
You what?
Well, it's the least a working man can ask, and Tracy's natural. She's much better than Shelley, you know. Right amount of bread, right sort of pickle. Lovely.
God, they told me you were vile, but I never dreamed you... How can you sit there and make jokes about... Well, maybe that poor child had a lucky escape.
Well, there you go then, Gran. Everybody's happy. But don't be under any illusions about Tracy. It was her decision.
Oh, yeah. After you bullied her and tortured her the way you did to Shelley.
No. Didn't make her do anything she didn't want to. Like to see anyone try. You know the truth deep down.
Oh, yeah. It's generally the opposite of what comes out of your mouth.
Deny it if you like, but you know that whatever the situation, Tracy works out all the angles and then does precisely what suits her best. I admire that about her. You should be proud of her. Proud of yourself.
You what?
Well, you're a mum. You shaped her into the magnificent creature she is today. You've done one hell of a job, Deirdre. One hell of a job. Oh.
If you want to say something on your own...
Don't be daft. I wouldn't have asked you if I didn't want you here.
I don't understand.
No, it's all right, honestly. I'd forgotten how it felt stood here. It's even worse now.
How?
Because it didn't seem real back then. You don't think life will just carry on like they were never here? It does, though.
Because you made it go on, Craig. Because you just...
Because I had you. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you, Rosie. I mean it. That's how much of a difference you made.
And you've got to feel sorry for Gail. As if she'd not already been through the ringer, as it were.
Well, at least she lived to tell the tale.
Didn't have her life savings wiped out, though, did she?
You're making it sound like she got off easy. I mean, imagine finding out the bloke you're in love with is capable of...
Ah, but when did she find out?
What are you implying, woman?
That's a big secret to hide in a small house.
Steady on, Blanche.
Yeah, no. Maybe she's got something there. And I'm not saying that Gail were in cahoots with this Hillman fella, but maybe she saw what she wanted to see.
They say love's blind.
Must be, on both sides.
Hey, I know what it's like to be deceived by fellas.
But serial killers, though.
They were bad uns all same.
The point is, I look back now and I wonder why I never saw it, but I didn't, honestly, and neither did Gail.
Oh, you took your time. I'm on my second here.
Well, your third's going to be a sangria, sweetheart, because I've been on the bloke with a travel agent and we're out of here in 4 hours.
Seriously?
I'd like to think I tell better gags, but get there, down your neck and let's get packed, eh?
All right, let's get going.
All right. Hey, listen, I won't be a sec.
What do you want?
I'll just come over to say I'm going away for a couple of days, so if you or Jamie need to get in touch.
Why would we want to get in touch with you?
Well, I don't know. I just thought...
You thought wrong.
Anything else, Belle?
Right, come on, you. I can't wait to try that pool at the villa. I bet the water's gorgeous. Come on.
Say what you like, this were murder, and it were right under her nose.
Yeah, well, if she did have any inkling about Hillman, a few nasty cards, the least she deserves. I'm just speaking as a find. I've always said that you reap what...
OK, Amy, just one more break, then we're going to have to get your coat on. I don't know where your gran is. Clever girl, come on. Oh.
Tracy, love.
Mum, where have you been? We thought you'd be back from work ages ago.
Well, I haven't been to work. I've been walking. Look, don't go. I'll put a brew on.
No, I can't stop. I've got to get the tea on. I'm late enough as it is.
Why don't you stay here for your tea? Or better still, we'll go out for it. Just you and me. Ken can have Amy. It gives us the chance to natter.
I'd love to, Mum, but Charlie will be waiting.
Well, he'll survive. He knows where the chippy is.
He's been at work all day. It's the least I can do.
Well, bring him with us. I don't really care, just as long as... Oh,
Amy, it's all right. Your Gran didn't mean to.
I'm so sorry. Look, I can build it up again. Look.
Mom, it's okay.
Well, that's the first time I've seen you smile all day.
Apparently there's been a ride to do. The knives have been out for Gail Platt, and she got it right in the chest. Et tu, Eileen Grimshaw.
Not that you want for gossip.
Look, I'm not taking lectures from either of you two, not after this morning.
We weren't after gossip. We're genuinely interested in your welfare.
Ah, yes, really.
Really? Trust me, nobody wants you to find Miss Right more than me. I have to live with your moods. Many more days like today.
I'm sorry, Rita. No, I'm sorry. It was just last night. I mean, well, it was doomed before I'd finished my melon balls.
What happened?
Well, for one thing, she had a bit of a wayward eye.
She was looking at other fellas.
Oh, no, I mean, she was a bit, you know. I mean, not her fault, of course, but...
Norris, surely you can look beyond that.
Well, not when she's looking beyond me. All the time she was chatting, I wanted to glance round to see who she was talking to. No, the waiter came over twice, thought she was ordering.
Can't have been that bad.
You didn't see her chasing that last sprout round her plate, you know. It was painful, it was.
They've gone already?
Flying out tonight, apparently.
Oh, well, don't worry. Have to run a lot further than Spain to escape the hue and cry.
Why do you think he's running?
Definitely on the back foot, I'd say. I mean, jetting off to Spain at the drop of a hat shows that he's more than a little rattled.
And more than a little minted.
You got a strong argument, Adam. And once we've seen the solicitors, things will really start to move.
I didn't know Gail was there.
So all I need this is like a nut house over the road as it is.
All right.
Yeah, and you stirring it up will not help. She's going to be a mother-in-law. Try and remember that.
How could I forget? Listen, if Gail really thinks she's getting birthday messages from a fella that she's seen zipped up in a body bag, well, then anything I say is the least of her worries.
Eileen flaming Grimshaw. She were at the centre of it.
I thought there were a few of them.
Yeah, well, there might have been an orchestra, but she were the one doing the conducting. Sat there talking about things she could never understand.
Yeah, well, they'll soon get tired of gossiping, move on to something else.
Not if she's got anything to do with it, they won't.
Gail, I know you're upset, love. You can't help feeling it's my fault, actually, for letting it slip in the first place.
No, ma'am. Pub talk's one thing, you learn to live with it round here, but this was something else. It was vicious. She'd do anything to hurt me.
Mum, she was probably just mouthing off. She probably had a few drinks. I'm sure she didn't mean it.
Yes, she did, Sarah. Those cards played right into her hands. They couldn't have suited her better if she'd... sent them herself. Of course.
Mum, no.
Yes, Sarah. It all makes sense. I mean, who else hates me enough to do this? Not Phil, but she genuinely hates me.
I don't think it's wise to jump to conclusions, darling.
You didn't see her in the pub, ma'am. Eileen Grimshaw would send those cards without a second thought. It's obvious.
Did she settle all right? I'm sorry, love. I didn't mean to...
Mum, it's okay. She's fine. I'm more worried about you. What's brought this on?
I think, I took Mike's death harder than I was able to let on.
Yeah, well, Dad would have understood.
No. I've hurt him enough. And besides, I was coping. I was keeping a lid on it until the abortion. Tracy, I'm not blaming you, love. I just wish I had your strength. Is it strength?
Oh, I'm not sure what you mean.
You went through all this on your own. I couldn't have. Oh, Tracy, why didn't you talk to me?
Because it's not something you brag about.
I wouldn't have understood. I wouldn't have judged. I mean, OK, I would have tried to change your mind, but once I could see it was set, I would have been with you every step of the way.
Well, it was better that you were.
No, anything's better than this. This feeling that I've lost you.
You haven't, Mum. No way. Mum, I didn't tell you about the abortion.
No, you don't have to explain.
No.
I've got no right to ask.
Mum,
if I'd been off...
It wasn't like that. I didn't tell you about the abortion because there wasn't one.
What, you mean you kept the baby? No. I knew you couldn't.
Mum, you don't understand. There wasn't a baby, there never was. I pretended.
You pretended? I don't understand.
Well, I missed Amy so much, Mum, and there was no way that Charlie was going to let her live with us.
What are you saying?
Well, I thought, right? I thought that if I made him feel guilty enough, well, then he'd change his mind.
So, you mean...
Yeah, I made it up. And no one got hurt, and Mum, it worked. Amy's back with us.
And that makes it all right? What kind of mind comes up with something like that? What kind of relationship?
Mum, I wanted to be close to my daughter the same as you do with me.
Oh, no, not anymore. I don't want you close to me, Tracy. I don't want you anywhere near me.
Mum, nobody got hurt. I did this for Amy.
No. Charlie Stubbs knows you, even if I don't. You did this for yourself.
Mum!
Now get out. Go on. Get out of my house.